Okay, I'll put the balloon in the middle. And this is the moment of truth. No problem, if you know your way around known physics. Hi, Gulliver.
Hello, Wilbur.
I am the master of electricity.
Excuse me?
We've got electricity again.
Really? Looking good. We're back in business. As soon as we've solved the other problem, we can finish off the batch.
There's another problem?
Bill changed his order 2 days ago. The new slates have to be fluffy and pink instead of black.
Fluffy and... So what now?
According to Bill, it's the law. Esther is already looking for a solution. Please go and ask her how she's getting on.
Okay, but once we've solved the problem, can we get out of here?
Of course. As soon as we have a solution, the batch will be ready in 2 or 3 weeks.
The acoustics down here are funny. That sounded like 2 to 3 weeks, even though I'm sure you said hours or days, right?
I wish. If all goes well, I can manage 3 slates a day. 4 if I put in a night shift. A couple are pretty much finished. Bill wants 80.
I want out of here, and I don't want to wait another 3 weeks.
You can't always get what you want. Perhaps you can help me cutting the rock later. That might save 2 days.
But, Hi, you must be Esther.
Yoo-hoo!
Hi, Nate. I'm sorry if I scared you earlier. Gulliver's promised to take me to the surface with you if I help you with the delivery. He said you're making the fluffy pink covers for the slates.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. And it's not a cover. I'm trying to mix a fluffy paint.
A fluffy paint?
Yes. There are hardly any fluffy materials or furs down here. But old paint and chemicals are here in abundance.
I've never heard of fluffy paint.
Well, there are warm colours, cold colours, neon colours. Why shouldn't there also be fluffy colours?
I'm not sure if a fluffy paint is the right way.
It's the only way. We have to work with what we've got. I'm sure that a good alchemist could find the correct mixture.
Ah, I know someone who's good at alchemy.
Really? Would he help us?
I don't think so. She's actually the cook in the rats' camp.
Oh, the same old story.
The rats are lovely, and you folks are easy to get along with too. Why don't you like each other?
Oh, it all went a bit badly wrong. We had had a long journey. We lay down in the rubbish to have a bit of a rest. At some point, I woke up and saw a rat nibbling at one of my fingers. She must have mistook me for a discarded tidbit. I only realised this much later. I was very surprised and shouted very loudly.
Ew! And then?
Gulliver jumped up to defend me. In doing so, he pushed over a heap of junk that buried him as well as the leg of the fleeing rat. Gulliver was shouting wild threats out and trying to free himself from the rubbish. I went over to the little rat to try and help her. She must have took fright. She gnawed off her leg and limped away.
That's truly a tragic story.
Since then, Gulliver believes all rats have it in for us. He wants to protect me. He won't let any rat into the vicinity of our home and has forbidden Nate and myself to talk to them.
But if Ethel the cook wanted to help, would you let her?
Of course. Why not? We just mustn't tell Gulliver about it. He would never allow a rat into our house.
That's the smaller of the two problems. The larger is Ethel. Even if you find the right paint, Gulliver thinks it would still take weeks to complete the delivery.
It's hard work, and Gulliver is working as quickly as he can.
There must be a faster way to build the slates.
Nate thinks so too. That's why he built the constructor. Unfortunately, it doesn't work.
It would make things go faster.
Well, not much faster. It would still take a few hours.
Nate and Gulliver seem to have gnome blood in their veins.
No, Nate has no blood. Gulliver might have something sticky in him.
That's, not what I meant. I meant they both like to invent things.
That's right. They used to make things together, but now, because Gulliver has so much to do, he doesn't have any time for it anymore. I know, but Papa is only working hard, so he'll have more time for you later.
I think it's great what you've done for yourselves here. The workshop, this cave.
We have tried really hard, and it will do for us. A little home for a little family.
I think Gulliver sees that differently. Seems to me he's already planning for life in a palace.
He's very optimistic. I think we should be content with what we have. If you're always dreaming about the future, you miss the here and now.
Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.
Who said that?
I read that on someone's wall, so it must be true. Gulliver's very enthusiastic about Bill.
Yes, he thinks he will help us.
But you don't think so?
Oh, what do I know? I'm just a simple girl trying to take care of her family. But my head was chopped off just because I'm a zombie. I'm really not sure if the people in Seastone will take to us, however hard we might try.
I suggest you keep on going for now. In the meantime, I'll go and see if I can win Ethel over to our cause.
You do that.
Take care, Nate, and you have nothing to fear from us gnomes.
Yes, Nate. Wilbur is a gnome. You remember them from your book, don't you? Nate has a book about the races in Avantasia. It's his favourite. I have to read it to him every evening. Yes, a gnome.
Yes, gnomes.
Nate thinks he has at last found another inventor.
Inventor?
The book says that all gnomes love tinkering and inventing.
Oh, gnome. An empty bird cage?
Oh, Nate often feels lonely when Gulliver and I have to work. We thought a bird might be a bit of company for him. I'm making good progress. I've already found a batwing and a few frog eyes.
Yeah. It's fine white sand. I can't just put it in my pocket. I need some sort of container. A few handfuls of sand should be enough. Pictures of Nate, I'd say. Most show trees, flowers, and clouds. Let me guess. This is one of Nate's inventions.
Of course. It makes us breakfast every morning.
It works?
Let's just say the next thing on my wish list is a machine that will clean the kitchen up after breakfast.
What is it?
A map of Avantasia. Nate built it. He often likes to dream of travelling across the lands.
He's never been up there?
No, but I tell him about it every evening, and he has his books.
The map is made from old sheet metal and recycled parts. It must have taken forever. I really hope one day Nate gets a chance to visit some of these places. A small socket wrench. Nate must have used it to build the map. I'm sure he won't mind if I borrow it. An empty bottle of cognac with a little musketeer hat for a cap. It says, "Another one for all" on the bottle. I don't like alcohol, but the cap's funny. Esther's equipment isn't all that bad. Her main problem seems to be a lack of experience. Do you need this stand, Esther?
I don't know. Do I need it?
No idea, but I think I need it.
How do you know?
When the walkthrough says that I should take something, I do.
So does the walkthrough also say how I can mix the fluffy colour?
Of course.
Why don't we take a look?
Where would the challenge be in that?
I think you might just be taking me for a ride. Be my guest and take it. I don't need it.
A portrait painted by Esther. Could be a relation of Gulliver. This looks like scales used by some of the merchants in the market. But this one's broken. One of the pans is missing. Do you want me to see if I can find a second pan for the scales, Esther?
Oh, don't. Just leave it. I'll mix the colour by eye. You're welcome to take the scales with you if you want.
Ooh, might prove useful. Thank you.
My son says you could help him with his constructor. I told him you said you weren't an inventor, but you did sort out the electricity, and Nate says all gnomes are inventors.
In theory, yes. Practically seen, I'm practically not practical at all.
But the constructor could save us a lot of time once it's up and running, and you are in a hurry, aren't you?
I could have a look. Where's the problem?
We need a strong fan belt. All the ones Nate tried so far have torn. And we need coal for the steam machine. Wood and garbage don't burn hot enough. I still can't say for sure whether the machine will actually work. Not all of Nate's inventions work at the first go. Hey!
V-belt and coal. Sounds doable.
But don't forget we still need the fluffy paint as well.
How could I? Work never stops.
It looks like you'll have some help. Don't cause any mischief, boys.
I need some of the intelligent rock.
For the constructor? Of course. Help yourself.
Although it looks more like a replica of a clock cuckoo's nest. There are people who actually hang these things in their living rooms. The wrench could actually fit. It's worked! It's ticking! I'll set the hands to 12 o'clock. The bird really has seen better days. It's losing its feathers. I brought Nate a little bird.
Oh, that's so kind. Now we just need a thunderstorm to bring it to life.
You can do that?
You don't?
At any rate, I'm glad I could help. Hi, Ethel. I met someone who needs help. Your help, to be exact.
Some kind of burning question he needs to ask? I don't have any answers. Only more questions.
He is a she, and it's about an alchemy problem. She wants to mix up a, fluffy pink paint.
Understood. That's doable.
Doable? Then can you show her how to do it?
Yes. Monsieur de Demar always said we should help others. Where is she?
There might be a little problem.
A little problem? What?
She's just an itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny little problem.
Tinsy tiny little problem? Who is she?
She's, vivicationally challenged? Well, you know, I mean, how should I put this? She's, a zombie.
You wanted to take me into the monster's cave?
They're not monsters. Their names are Gulliver and Esther, and they don't want to hurt you. Well, we should probably stay away from Gulliver at the moment.
I'm not doing that. No chance.
The zombies want to leave their caves. Isn't that a good reason for you to help them?
I'd like the caves to be zombie-free, believe me. But I'm not going anywhere near those monsters. Cost me a leg last time. Whew.
Isn't there any way?
Well, maybe, when pigs can fly. Monsieur de Mar asks me, of course. Oh, I'll do anything for Monsieur de Dumas.
He would ask you to help them, for sure.
But he hasn't, and he isn't here.
Will you help Esther mix up the fluffy paint? Please?
No. Well, only if Monsieur de Dumas asks me.
Or when pigs fly. Somehow I have to convince Ethel that Remy wants her to help the zombies. Either that, or I need a pig and a pair of really big wings. It was nice to have met you, Ethel.
Knew you already. You lay in Timmy's bed for days. Why? It wasn't your fault what happened to the Archmage.
You think? Imagine if a few rats were to die because it turned out that, in reality, you couldn't cook. How would you feel?
Not good. I'd blame myself. Would feel stupid. But Monsieur de Dumas requests your assistance. You can't leave him in the lurch.
I tried to help last time too, and it ended in disaster. Who can say that it won't happen again?
Questions, questions, tricky questions.
Timmy? I know you're mad at me, but how about a little more understanding? Imagine finding out that you're not a mage, even though you never wanted to be anything else. Imagine that you're so incompetent that your friends are killed and it's your fault.
But we need you here. The resistance is getting weaker, and Van Buren's getting stronger every day. And you're going to abandon us anyway?
How am I supposed to help you? I'm not a mage. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a healer. I'm not an engineer. I'm nothing. Even the Archmage was powerless against that wand. What do you think someone like me could do?
Could at least try.
I could use your help, Timmy.
And?
It's about the zombies. I can't manage it alone.
I'm supposed to help people who throw things at me. What do you get out of it? Are they going to help you out of here so you can just run off?
You know Bill, the merchant? He smuggled them into the city and lowered them into this hole. Now they have to slave away for him down here to pay off their debt.
He's exploiting them. They should just stop working for him.
The zombies haven't done anything to anyone. All they want is a better life for themselves. And their son.
I'm not saying that I think it's right what Bill is doing to them.
But you won't do anything about it. Aren't you the one who said you should help others whenever you can? Here's your chance. Right here. Right now.
And coincidentally, we create a way for you to get out of here, right? But at least you want to help the zombies. That's a step in the right direction.
Don't count on me taking any more steps in any direction.
That remains to be seen. Friends?
Friends.
Okay, I'll help you in the zombies. And then we'll see.